Hi guys, today we're going to talk about the effects of training on adolescence. We are from the University of Texas Rio Grande Valley. My name is Alejandra Rojas and my teammates are Brianna Cisneros, Victoria Serrano, and Brenda Treviño.
Hi, my name is Brianna Cisneros and I'm going to be talking about the topic of free weights. So there are many ways to exercise, whether cardiorespiratory, endurance, strength, free weights, weightlifting, or high-intensity exercises. Free weights, however, use barbells and dumbbells as a method of strength training to increase muscular size and function. Using free weights can also help improve sports performance, increase flexibility and strength to prevent injuries, and have a positive impact on your overall health. Free weights is a good form of exercise to decrease body fat, which can decrease the chances of obesity and diabetes, increase your lean muscle mass and cardiorespiratory fitness, and even contribute to better mental health. Ideally, incorporating free weights into an exercise program can be beneficial, and more so adults are more commonly seen to use free weights. As for adolescents, there have been some misconceptions about whether adolescents should involve free weights into their exercise program for fears of interrupting their growth or resulting in injuries at a young age. However, with proper form and instruction, as well as supervision from an instructor professional, injuries can be prevented. As for the question raised on whether it can suppress an adolescent's growth, there has been no data that has shown a decrease in growth, but instead only an increase in strength and muscle mass. In one study that was done, 18 boys and girls of prepubescent age took part in a 9-week-long training program for 30 minutes 3 times a week. At the end of the program, results showed a 42% increase in strength compared to the control group with only a 9% increase in strength. In another study done by Blimke et al., Blimke recorded the results of a program of prepubescent boys and girls and their strength in a 10-week period. Blimke discovered there was an increase in motor unit activation, suggesting improved motor skill performance, an increased rate of motor firing and pattern, and improved coordination. Overall, it is shown that free weights have more positive effects on adolescents than there is negative and can outweigh the potential risks. As the risks are only high without proper supervision and proper instructions, while the benefits include a wide range such as improvements in strength, coordination, influencing an increase in bone growth and development, decreasing the chances of obesity and other health-related issues, as well as improved bone density, increased balance, lipid profiles, fat-free mass, and personal self-esteem.
Hello, my name is Victoria Serrano and I will be discussing the powerlifting topic. So what is powerlifting? Powerlifting is a competitive weightlifting sport which consists of participants performing 3 types of lifts. These 3 lifts are squat, bench press, and deadlift. During these competitions, athletes attempt to lift as much weight as they can. This weight is then recorded as their 1 repetition maximum or 1 RM. During these competitions, athletes have 3 attempts to perform their 1 RM while using proper form. These competitions are separated by sex and then divided into sections by weight class. Most commonly, a powerlifting competition is done individually, although it can also be done in teams. In order to determine the winner per competition, the 1 RM of all 3 lifts are added for each individual lifter. There is only 1 winner per weight class. For group competitions, the previously calculated score consisting of the individual's 3 1 RM scores are added up for all the team members. There will only be 1 team that wins. Powerlifting formerly had some negative stigma when discussing adolescents' participation in the sport. It was said that it would stunt their growth, and it was believed that participants could be easily injured. Research has since proven otherwise. It has proven that strength training actually has many benefits for adolescents. When practiced with proper form, strength training can actually help prevent injuries. As proven by Fuchs et al., strength training can improve bone mineral content and bone mineral density of children and adolescents. Strength training is also used to get inactive teens to be more active. Adolescents that are overweight tend to have lower levels of physical fitness, and a reduced tolerance for aerobic training. Starting with resistance training and slowly incorporating more and more aerobic training as the participant's physical fitness improves could be the key to a more fit youth. Since resistance training can be participated by almost all adolescents, it is being encouraged. Research has found that the most effective resistance training programs have a duration of less than 23 weeks. Within this time frame, the participant would train 2 to 3 times a week following proper rest protocol. As for detraining, participants tend to see effects after 3 to 8 weeks of not participating in strength training.
Hello everyone, my name is Brenda and I'll be discussing the effects that CrossFit training has on adolescents. CrossFit training is a form of high-intensity interval training that is fast and repetitive with little to no rest between sets. This type of training is characterized by safe and effective exercises that involves weightlifting, pulling, pushing, and squatting. CrossFit exercising is for those who want to gain and build muscle while improving their overall health. CrossFit workouts require a variety of equipment like cycling bikes, medicine balls, dumbbells, kettlebells, tires, sandbags, and more to target all parts of the body. The workouts of this training vary every day to accommodate each individual and their specific goal. They are based primarily on age, level of fitness, and/or medical condition. Considering the CrossFit is modified for each person, anyone can participate to become healthier regardless of injuries, fitness level, and age. The workouts incorporated in CrossFit training showed improvements in overall health of many people all over the world. So Jeff Martin developed his own program called CrossFit Kids, also known as CFK. CFK was created and designed to help kids and teens not only maintain their physical fitness and health, but also keep them motivated to do well in their academics. To support this, a study was conducted by Barry Garst and his colleagues to determine the effects that the CrossFit Kids program had on students who were involved. The findings revealed that the CFK students showed test score improvements and appreciation towards the program. In today's world, adolescents are at high risk of becoming overweight or obese. That means that it is important that they are involved in physical training to help reduce that risk and maintain their health. According to a study done by Srow and colleagues, the CrossFit program is a great way to help children and teens decrease their body fat and improve their cardiac functions. As a result of the study conducted, adolescents who engage in resistance training like CrossFit reduce their chances of becoming obese, and they gain that muscle strength at the same time.
Another type of strength training is calisthenics, which uses body weight as resistance and can be performed outdoor with minimal equipment such as high bars and parallel bars. Bodyweight training represents exercise in its most natural form and combines strength training and basic gymnastic movements that can be done anywhere. Strength training has not only proved to improve some health aspects on adolescents with obesity, but also for athletes. The majority of the sports require cardiorespiratory fitness, optimal body composition, flexibility, muscular strength, and endurance. A study conducted by the School of Physical Education and Sports was performing teenager soccer players to investigate the effects that calisthenics has in body composition. The study had a duration of 8 weeks and it consisted of 2 groups of soccer players. The first group included calisthenics exercises to their training, while the second group did not include these kind of exercises. At the end of the study, the results were the following. There was not a great difference in either basal metabolic rate nor total body weight, but there was a significant change in body composition measurements such as body mass index, body fat percentage, muscle mass, and fat-free mass. The results of this study demonstrate that there was a positive change in body composition for the group that included calisthenics to their soccer training. Research shows that calisthenics can have a positive impact on adolescents. Some of the benefits that calisthenics have are increased muscular strength, flexibility, agility, and the improvement of body composition. The last type of training that we're going to talk about is HIIT training.
This type of training is a form of interval training that consists of alternating height with lower intensity exercises, which allows to approach 80% to 90% of an individual's maximum heart rate during high intense interval, while the lower intense interval approaches 40% to 50% of the maximum heart rate. HIIT has many benefits for the health. Some of the benefits include burning more calories in a short period of time, improved aerobic and anaerobic fitness, reduction of fat, increase of exercise adherence, enhanced weight loss, improved insulin sensitivity and glucose tolerance. A study conducted by the Biomedical Central identified the barriers and facilitators for adolescents participating in HIIT programs. The study consisted of 8 adolescents who participated in structured groups. At the end of the study, they conclude that the attendee facilitators were group competition, enjoyment, games, motivation, challenging, and social interaction. The attendee barriers were lack of time, too challenging, coaching ability, favoritism, and repetition. The results of this study demonstrate that HIIT training can be an enjoyable form of physical activity for adolescents, but as well, there is some barriers that can affect the adolescent's adherence to the program. What we know is that exercise is essential in an adolescent's development. Based on the research, training in early age can bring a variety of benefits for adolescents only if the training are well structured and the exercises are performed correctly. In order to determine the appropriate training for adolescents, we must consider the areas that need improvement. Our goal with this video is to engage adolescents to participate in different training programs that will lead them to have a healthy lifestyle by showing all the positive benefits that this has.
First question for the documentary video. We wanted to ask, we were doing a paper on different forms of exercise, such as high intensity training, powerlifting, free weights, and CrossFit. So what we wanted to ask you is, what forms of exercise from those 5, the HIIT, powerlifting, free weights, and CrossFit, is the best to do, and why do you think?
Oh, okay, so you're not recording yet? I'm just making sure.
Oh yeah, we're good.
All right, so out of those options, personally, I think that free weights is better, at least for my goals. But at the end, it just comes out to what are the goals of the person. So if you get someone that wants to lose weight and just have to do another type of life change, then I think free weights is that way. Powerlifting will be for someone that wants to focus more into like sports or performance. And HIIT is if you are capable of doing that. I mean, there's some variations, and now with social media, you can see different examples that are not necessarily HIIT. So just be careful about what is the definition for that one. And one thing that I say about CrossFit is nothing that I have against them, but I do see that a lot of people, the coaches in CrossFit, do not take safety whenever they're teaching the techniques. So if you find a good coach, then I think CrossFit is a good way to reach those fitness goals, but it's hard to find a coach that actually cares about safety and don't just do it for the money, because sadly that is one of the things that we see now. So I guess my answer, again, it all depends on what are your goals, what is your characteristics, your limitations, and that will be the best one that suits you for that.
So the next question, you kind of answered some of it, because the question was, which exercise program do you take part in, or would you take part in? And you had mentioned free weights. Why would you find yourself taking part in free weights?
Sure. I mean, free weights is something that I guess it has some more freedom in that sense. I mean, CrossFit, it does have some involvement like Olympic lifts and other variations like the Metcon and endurance and all that. Powerlifting is more like you only got to train those exercises if you actually want to compete, like bench, deadlift, and squat. So there's no more than that, other than accessories. And HIIT, again, it depends on that definition that you want to do. But for me, it's like I've done it, and it's not something that I want to keep pushing my body to that. And free weights has that freedom, again, that you can work out do different programs, change your perspective. You can even incorporate some powerlifting or some HIIT to that free weights, and just give you more of that chances of doing different exercises. And again, like free weights is a loose term again, like it's using dumbbells, barbells, we can also use on the other modalities or the other of the exercises mentioned. So in that sense, I think free weights, again, in that term, just using versus the other ones is just better way that I can do more variety compared to the other ones.
Okay, so for the third question, it's, do you think adolescents should participate in these exercise programs, or do you think it could be harmful to them when it comes to puberty?
I mean, definitely. The research that we've seen in the past years in terms of adolescents and being involved in exercise shows that they benefit from doing that as long as everything is with precaution. You got a nice coach teaching them the technique and not just focusing on the weight. Again, looking at your high school athletes and like coach a couple of them, the technique is not there. They're pushing the weight when they're not ready for that. So having a nice progression with an athlete will mix or make it more successful, especially for performance or for sports. So it's just a matter of who is teaching it and what is the approach that they have with those kids. So again, understand the limitations and the capability they have, then I think that adolescents can definitely benefit from doing exercise with these modalities.
For the last question, in the world today, what form of exercise do you see a majority of people doing today?
Well, the thing that I see, and I look at social media and all that, so I see that HIIT has become very successful, but it's just not the right definition. If you go to your textbook, high interval intensity training is not what people put on social media. Again, like doing set of push-ups and then followed by squats and all that, that is circuit training, not HIIT. So the reason for HIIT is, again, you go for the highest or close to your maximal, then a little rest or a lower intensity, and then go ahead. So you have more benefits in that. But also seeing that people are more into CrossFit now. Again, we got more athletes in that community and that sport. So I think that has pushed also your regular people to be involved in CrossFit. Again, as long as it is safety, and I think it is a good way to, again, reach your goals, lose weight, get stronger, get faster, and all that. And your free weights, again, pretty much any commercial gym has available those free weights, even Planet Fitness, which I do have a subscription for that one. Even though like you can go only up to 60-pound dumbbells, you can't do much about it, but you can get creative. So I see a lot of people just trying to reach their goals, so they're losing weight or making muscle gains. So any modality will help them. But I've seen that at least in terms of successful, those who build a community like CrossFit do have better results compared to the other ones.
Okay.